Hello everybody, welcome back to Sir Oofy Plays. Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac. We're playing some MEGABONK today, some modded MEGABONK. You know, I haven't done this for the last couple, but the last couple haven't even actually gotten to the end of the boss. Upload score to leaderboards turned off. We're playing with 100 soul harvesters, and you know what, actually, hold on, let me as well make sure that effects are turned on so we can see the little ghosties and little ghoulies running around. There we go. If you don't know what Soul Harvester does, every single time you kill an enemy, 2 ghosties spawn. And then from that, more ghosties are produced, and from that, more ghosties are produced, etc, etc. And it's a very fun time. It's very good. Yes, give me another sword. So we're going to see how far that could take us today. 100 isn't so much that it's going to, like, break the game and break the screen, but it's still going to be like vaguely interesting to play. So welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're new here, you want to see some more modded MEGABONK, please consider subscribing to the channel, give the video a like, and let's get into things, I suppose. Oh yeah, I was going to finish the story. We're talking about winning the lottery, and I God help, God love me, because I honestly, it's not the worst idea. She was like, if I won the lottery, and by I mean her, she said that she would basically just like airlift this house out of like the land that it's on and then put it somewhere quieter and maybe build a basement, and that's like literally all she would be interested in doing. And I was like, you know what, fucking respect, man, because like that's a bougie ass thing to do, but also it's kind of humble as well. It's a little bit humble. I gotta respect it, and I like this place, so I like it. Oh dude, Southern Tiger has logged on. It's so true. I'm just off watching the Northern Lion misogyny supercut. Sorry. If I won the lottery, I'd buy so much D&D merch, you wouldn't believe it. I just put the rest of the money in regular investments and not change my lifestyle in the slightest. Like, I kind of like semi-respect it, and also I'm like, I feel like you could do more, you know? I feel like you could do more. Why have I gone for 4 swords, man? Am I alright? I do feel like, I don't know if it's like a masculine urge. I would imagine that women, and once again, this does not tie into the misogyny supercut. Is there, I don't know if women feel the need to, like, for instance, like, you said, I'd buy some land and build houses for me and my friends. And I'm like, yeah, imagine having like all the boys living on your street that could, in houses that your ass built. That would be fucking insane gas. Like, every day's a land, basically, if you want it to be. But then I'm like, I don't, is that a desire for women? I have genuinely no idea. There's just something, and this is not me being like, you know, this is not, I don't know, maybe derogatory or anything like that, but it's like how many men look at a crisp sheet of white snow and their first thought is like, how good must it be to like bleed out on that snow, like protecting my family. And whereas like I feel like maybe women would not have that thought in their heads. You know, I don't know what it is about it either that like, but I have the same thoughts as well. But it has to be, I can't just be for nothing, right? It can't be like a random mugging where I get stabbed. It has to be that it's for like the greater good, some kind of greater good, you know? If I won the lottery, I'd like to move to some southern country with extremely low cost of living and just chill. You don't, like, you could do that probably, like, it depends on what you have in assets, liquid or otherwise, but yeah, people do that, bro. Like, I mean, even my ass, like, back before the pandemic, I wasn't actually going to, but I was like, just like, it's curious. Like, sometimes you just look at like Zoopla or like Rightmove or like whatever other country, like real estate in another country that you have like no intention of going to. I was looking at Indonesia, and Indonesia is like a beautiful country. Sure, it's got like a fair share of problems, and it's like pretty economically on the lower end of things. But I was looking at the real estate there, and it was like a 5-bedroom villa. Your front garden is the beach, bro. It's like literally on the damn beach. Now, I know they say things about not building your house in sand. I'd like to imagine that the Indonesian architects like did do their due diligence in this one. But it was like 180 grand for like a giant 5-bedroom with a pool and with like all this shit in it, and I was like, god damn, that's like a very, I mean, that's like, what, you put 10% down? It's like 20 grand, man. You go with your partner, that's like 10 grand each. But would you willingly pick up Kevin? Because you might get like a golden shield at some point, and then that's like super worth. You never know. You never know. And we can get like, yeah, I'll take curse. We can get shield from other sources, and we can get, you know, lifesteal from other sources. So, yeah. You wouldn't get it, bro. You're not like a megabonker. You don't goon like I do. You don't joke like I do. I'll take the, you know what? I'll take the, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Take the movement speed, please. But there's a lot of stuff that like synergizes with Kevin if you get it early. Regarding your troubles, Ross, family got some real estate. Dad is somewhat loaded, although he looks like a caveman. You never guess. When I told him I want to give him my share to my sister, he thought I was on crack. He could not believe it. Your family's loaded? And you're only tier 1 sub, and you're just now telling me your family's loaded? We could have been best friends, Tom. Well, now... Boo! Spawn. I'll take the XP again. Ah, for God's sake. Why does it have to spawn up there sometimes, man? I do need to hit up a Char Shrine that will give me some shield, because like otherwise I am 1 hit from death, and will remain 1 hit from death until I actually do get clapped. Yeah, I mean, I was bizarrely enough, I was having that conversation with B, I think like this weekend. Obviously, like, to be fair, it's kind of romantic as well, like the idea of like upping sticks and moving to a different country and all that kind of stuff. The family is, not me. Yeah, but like, I don't know. I guess like what I'm saying is like you are by proxy as well, even if you don't believe it to be true. But yeah, I think a lot, like, it's kind of a romantic idea, but I think a lot of people have done that, because I swear, like, the market in all these countries is getting, like, absolutely clobbered by expats moving over and, like, taking up all the land, you know? That, like, someone who is actually Indonesian could literally never afford in their life. So it's kind of rough, man. It's kind of rough. But it was a tempting prospect. I didn't have, like, you know, I didn't have like 20 grand to throw at a property back then, so, and I don't now either, but you know what, it is what it is. But certainly, I guess I get it. Depends though, because I feel like I'd want to like acclimate. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. I feel like I'd want to acclimate, but I don't know if I'd be very good at doing that. I don't know what my Indonesian like would be like, to be honest. Probably not very good, I'd imagine. Also, like, getting a visa. Now I don't really know, but I would probably imagine it's not that difficult. It's not as difficult as you would think to get a visa to like a country like that. Given that you'll probably be paying like a lot more in tax than like the average person. Ooh. Money exhausts me. Yeah, I mean, it pisses the fuck out of me. It pisses off the frick out of me as well. It pees the F out of me But unfortunately, it's like kind of like the thing that we have to do. We all have to suck it up and like get on with it, which is great if you're some people, not so great if you're other people, I suppose. Like sometimes it's like free and easy, sometimes it's not so much. Sometimes it's a little bit of both. Sometimes you hit a windfall and then the rug gets pulled from under you. You're like, oh shit, man, 6, 7 coins, fucking moons, hot coins to the moon, 45 million market cap, and then all of a sudden Haley Welch pulls out the entire reservoir, and you're drowning in the bathtub, man. Like you're all of a sudden what was a gigantic lake of wealth is being confined down to the just nothing. It's all gone. Boo, boo. Need to prove you can live indefinitely without a burden on the government. I think that's probably like not as difficult to do as you would think, though, right? One of our artists was from Indonesia, and we paid him like quite a lot of money for the Arcana tarot designs for Psycho. And his ass must have been living real fucking good. Because I was like, I remember like looking up like how much on average somebody made back then in Indonesia, and I was like, holy shit, man, we're paying Iqbal how much? So this guy's gonna get a Lamborghini, man. I'd presume that they don't sell for cheaper there, but I was just curious. I mean, it's a cool thing to do. I feel like this guy and his family have been helped probably quite a lot by him, you know, drawing cool designs for me, you know? Not like I didn't make money off him as well, but we paid him fairly. We paid him fairly for Western standards as well. Like, very fair, because we're buying commercial rights as well, so it's like, you have to pay extra for that kind of stuff, because you're like selling it. So you have to... I don't really know the exact extra times you have to put onto it, but there's a multiplier. There's definitely like the commercial multiplier that you have to put on if you're like trying to sell a thing. There's also like usually like 10 different visas. You go for either retirement visa or working visa. I don't know like how much money to live like comfortably you would need in Indonesia. It's an interesting one. Give me all the jewels. I really need a shield, man. Send me through. I'm convinced there has not been a single individual that has profited from shitcoin cryptocurrency. I mean, I did, but that's because like I put it in like 2018 or 2017 and forgot about it, man. And it wasn't by much, but it was like a little bit. I've been like pulling it out like to pay bills and stuff. It's been insanely handy as a rainy day fund, except that the rainy day fund is like the most nightmarish shit of all time, where you're like, I have to like convert it from one currency into another, and then convert that currency into another, and then finally I get to like convert it into Great British pounds and then send it to my bank and make it look like the most suspicious transaction ever conceived. But yeah, honestly I dick on crypto a lot, but it has saved my ass recently with like the rising cost of living and like being sick, especially being sick. Because I couldn't work, and then also like B got sick as well, and she was probably off week for like, so we lost like a month's worth of wages between us, and we didn't, neither of us like make that much really anyway. So very scary, very spooky. I really need this to give me like something that I can work with. Cost of living in Indonesia varies greatly depending on lifestyle. $1,000 to $2,000 per month for a single person, 2 to 4 for a couple or a family. Okay. Okay. I'm surprised that Thailand is cheaper than Indonesia. For some reason I thought it would be the other way around. I'm learning. Much to learn. I know that there is a lot of like expats going over to Thailand. There's like a weed YouTuber that I didn't know him. I used to see him at video gaming events in the UK. And then for some reason, he was recommended to me on YouTube about how he was fleeing the country or some shit. Not sure if there was like what it was about or like how exactly it all came to pass. But yeah, he basically like fled to Thailand or whatever to live there. And they're all, I mean, I don't know the price of a bat, but he was like, you know, this shit's so cheap, man. But he would do weed videos and be like, this weed is like £4, and it would cost like 5 times that in the UK. Just give me some shield, you little piggy. I don't want to have to fight for my life here. I'm gonna take the evasion. It might save me. I prefer Finland. It's not the cheapest, but it's the most comfortable. I feel like Finland is going to be like insanely more expensive than any of those countries, alright? You know what? That works for Kevin. I should be dead. Ross trying to convince the British Financial Crimes Unit has simply converted 6-7 coin to pounds and not committed tax fraud while being dragged away. I mean, I'm not really committing I mean, I don't know. I don't think I am. I declare it all, so... I don't want to. Some days, I do think it would be easier if they just dragged me off. Precision, damage, XP, Zero Sword, XP. Dude, can I be on it? I've been on my thrifty, like not thrifty. I've been on my moneysaving.com shit, man. Holy fuck, if I was low HP, that would have knocked me clean out. I've been having a budget, especially with like shit going sideways with me being ill and stuff. And cheese, moldy cheese, my beloved. I'll take the moldy cheese. I wrote down all my finances, and I've been calling up companies and shit, being like, it's time to change. I pay like $40 a month for my internet. I got an email, and they're like, if you call up and renew with us, we'll give you it for $30. But if you don't do anything, it's going up to $50 at the end of this month. And I was like, fuck that, man. £10? Never. I'm never doing that. So I called them up, sat on the phone. They were like, they tried to put me off, man. Can I tell you something? They fucking tried to put me off. It was like, the waits for this are extremely long right now. The waits for this phone line are extremely long. It would be a lot easier if you would do this via text message. Presumably so they can put me onto like an AI agent or some bullshit like that. And he was like, the guy, like the automated voice on the phone was like, however, if you'd like to still hold, please, you know, stay on the line. And I was like, I'm staying on the fucking line because I'm going to get my hand around the neck of the person that speaks to me. A couple seconds pass, the automated voice comes on. He's like, I really think you should take the text message. It is the fastest way that we can be in contact with you right now. You should really hang up and we'll text you. And I would say, I ain't fucking doing it. I'm waiting. I don't care if it's 40 minutes. I'm waiting. If I'm saving a tenner, I'm waiting on this line. Anyway. Immediately connects to a human being. 5 seconds later, man, I'm on the line with a human being. There was no queue at all. I was first in the fucking queue, man. At all because I gambled. Gamble, you will win. There was nobody calling that fucking line, man. Not one single human being. And I knew it. And then the person on the phone was like, I said, I got quoted this number. I want this deal. Right? 30 bucks a month for gigabit internet. Give me that right now. And then she was like, I don't think that doesn't sound like us. 30 pounds a month like that. No, I don't see that anywhere on my thing. And I was like, it's 30 pounds a month. And I read out the email like word for word, exactly what it said. I could have even got better gigabit internet, but it would have cost me an extra 10. It would have cost like the same as what I'm paying now. But I was like, nah, I want cheaper. This internet's fine. Give me more for less, or give me the same for less. And then she was like, I don't see it. And I was like, you gotta look, because that's what it says on the email. I'll send you the email if you want. And then she was like, oh yes, I see 30. I see 30. Yes, that's fine. And I was like, you fucking better believe it's fine. And then it turns out like I had like, to be fair, to my credit, this house has like double home insurance on it, and I didn't know that that was the case. So I was paying like an extra 60 bucks for home insurance, which if the place went up in flames, it would have been fucking fantastic, because I would have been getting the double payout. If not like a conversation with a constable asking me why I have two home insurance policies on it. But I didn't sign up for one of them, but I was paying for one of them. I take the credit card. But I called that up and cancelled that. It's like 60 bucks a month. Also cancelled a life insurance policy that was like, I was not like needing anymore, because it was also like not just my name on it, and I was like, I gotta get rid of that. But I wasn't the person on the life insurance policy, and they wouldn't speak to me at all about it. I tried to call up to cancel, and they're like, you're not the person that's in charge of this account, even though I'm paying for it. We can't help you. And I was like getting fucking pissed off, and I was like, listen, one day I called up and I was like, listen, you cannot speak to me about this. That's fine. However, I'm paying for this, and I want to like stop paying for it, but I'm not in contact with a person that like took it out. So like, and I'm not gonna give them a call and be like, can you help cancel the life insurance? We need the solution here, because like I am getting sick of this. And they're like, oh, just cancel the direct debit on your bank. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, I've called like 3 times, and you're telling me that it's as simple as that? What do you know? Cancel they said after 3 months we'll stop. Like we won't, like the whole thing will just cancel out completely. And I was like, this is perfect, man. That's another like 40 bucks saved. It's huge news, man. Oh my god, an anvil. Huge news. I forgot we're playing Megabonk. I think like and also I was paying for the internet and TV at my mum's house, which is fine, because like you know, I was using it a lot back then. But it's also like 150 bucks a month. I've had to speak to my brother and be like, can you guys like maybe take over this payment, because like this shit's kind of like, this is ouchy, man. This is ouchy for me right now. And yeah, man. So I probably saved like 300 bucks, 400 bucks a month, just from the love of the game. And as sad as it is, like Tom is right. Capitalism is the worst. It does feel good to save money. There's no doubt about it, man. I think that like, oh fucking finally a bit of shield. It does feel like, it does feel good. And but I think that's only something that you like kind of appreciate as you're like a little bit older, maybe. What are you talking about? I'm talking about like shit that like any independent person in their 30s would be like doing a fucking kickflip for, man. Just before they roll their ankle and end up in the accident emergency. Like, I need the 30-year-olds and 30-plus-year-olds to be like, hell yeah, brother. Me saving like 40 bucks a month on like fucking policy getting like, like when you call up and you ask to cancel and they just do. It's like, holy shit, man. You don't have to jump through any hoops. You don't have to like fucking go through all these terms and conditions. You don't have to do any, you don't have like a contract you have to run out. It's just like, okay, we'll maybe see you again soon. Because, like, do you know what? If I do want to go with a different policy, you'll be the first motherfuckers I go to. Do you know why? Because it's easy as fuck to get out of, and I won't feel like I'm trapped, okay? Those are the people that I want to do business with, man. I don't want to be like canceling like an internet fucking policy, and it's being like, well, you still have 4 months on your contract, but even though like, you know, our coverage doesn't cover where you're moving to, like we still, you know, you still committed to 48 months, so you gotta fucking Shit's crazy, man. It sounds like the dream. It is the dream. Do you know what, man? Do you know who I found out were absolute cutthroat vipers? Spotify. I did not realize they were such. I canceled my Spotify because I'm not using it, right? B cancel her Spotify as well. Like, we do not fucking listen to Spotify nearly enough to justify like £12 a month. And usually, right, if you cancel like your Netflix or your anything else like that, I haven't actually cancelled any of the streaming services because I do use them quite a lot. But if you cancel, like, you know, for instance, I cancelled Dropout TV because I don't watch it enough. I do love Game Changers. I love them actually. Like, I love that stuff. However, even though it's only like £5 a month, it's £5 a month that I'm not utilizing in any regard, right? That's a cheap bottle of wine. That'll give me some enjoyment. But usually, the way it works is, they're like, okay, we're sorry to see you go. However, you paid for the month, you get the month, right? So if your expiry date of your subscription is in 2 weeks, for those 2 weeks after you have like cancelled the debit from going out of your bank account again, you can still use Netflix, you can still use Disney Plus, you can still use Tubi, Plex, Hootsuite, you can still use whatever all these nonsense subscription services that exist. Spotify, when I fucking cancelled it, it was like, you can listen to 0 songs on your mobile phone. It was like, fuck you, buddy. You're dead to me now. It was like straight up, you cancelled it, man. You shouldn't have cancelled it. You should have cancelled it the day before you were gonna get charged for it, man. Because as soon as you cancel it, it's like, nah, you're done. You don't even get to use it for the rest of the time you got left. It's like, you're getting ads on every song, and you're also not allowed to listen on your phone. And also, fuck yourself, because we don't want to know anything about you anymore. I couldn't believe it, man. They don't even give you like a pity week or something. That's illegal here. Is it not illegal in the UK? Because that's fucking crazy, man. What's the US in? Has anybody cancelled their Spotify recently that like is from the US? I couldn't believe it, dude. And also it came in a time where I was actually still laughing at I bought B a book for her birthday as one of the presents, and it gave me this thing at the, like, after it said thanks for ordering, and I was like, after reading the little, you know, bit at the bottom, I was like, I don't know why they even told me this shit, because it was like, thanks to your purchase, you have saved 0 kilograms of CO2 emission. You have saved 0 liters of water. You have saved 0 trees, and you have donated 0 books to global literacy foundations. And I was sitting there like, I don't know how many fucking books I have to purchase to make a dent in this, but like, I feel like if like there should be like an FL statement in the coding at some point. You know, they need a back-end developer to have a look at this. It's like, if this number is less than 1, do not print. Do not print to the screen, right? If this person has made 0 like environmental impact on the earth from buying at a bookstore, they should not be made aware of the fact that they've made no impact, you know? I appreciate that, like, I've killed a tree by getting the book, but also, like, you know, books are nice and good to read, I suppose. They have to give you the month you paid or refund time not used. Why the fuck is the UK different then, man? What is going on? I still download songs as MP3s to this day. My brother still does that, and like, I'm a respecter. He doesn't listen to like any Spotify shit. He'll like straight up go like YouTube to MP3 and rip that bitch straight onto his phone like an MP3 player, man. That's what I used to do when I was like in high school and in primary school, you'd have to buy CDs and then get a disc burner on your PC, which I, you know, mercifully had, and then get like the Nero CD burner on your computer, like the software, and then like burn Backstreet Boys I Want It That Way onto your CDs. So you'd be going to school. You need to make sure you took a CD that you'd be wanting to listen to all day, you know. And when I say all day, I mean like the walk to and from primary school. So I broke a lot of MP3 players when I was a kid, man. And I know that the walk from my home to my high school was one single Dragon Force song worth of time. Take some lifesteal. They're trying to guilt you into buying more books, lol. Do you know what I had in my head as a thought? I was like, this is probably like illegal. It definitely is illegal. Like, there's no like country on the earth where this would be a business model that would not get like immediately shut down. I was like, dude, do you know what would be like such a funny idea? It was in the vein of like evil Mr. Beast. It was like, what if you started a book company, or like a company where like every time somebody buys from you, you damage the environment, you know? Like somebody buys a book from you and like you're like, I will personally chop down a single tree if you buy from my establishment. Why did I take duration? Am I okay? Moldy cheese? What are you talking about? I'm talking about like anti-environment. Instead of like pro-environment, like if instead of like, oh, you've saved, you know, 1 kilogram of CO2 being emitted into the atmosphere, it's like, if you buy a book from me, I will go outside with a can of like hairspray and just set it off into the air and like let that like percolate a little bit. If you buy a book from me, I will chop down a tree. If you buy a book from my store, I will personally steal a book from a global literacy foundation. I will go to my local library and I will rob a book from it and not return it. And I'll make sure it's a children's book as well, you know? I'll go evil Mr. Beast. I'll be like the anti-philanthropic Mr. Beast, or I'll be just, I think that would be a good idea, man. Like saving liters of water, I'll turn my shower on for 6 minutes and not get into it, you know? I guess that's just increasing my water bill, actually. I will go to a public toilet and turn the sink on and leave it until somebody else comes to turn it around. To turn it off, sorry, not to turn it around. Now, what do we think about that idea? Entrepreneur heads in the chat, because I know it's honestly, it's gonna be like the easiest way to make it into at least your local news, right? Like, a teenage boy from Henderson, Wyoming has started up a used book. No, not a used. It's gotta be fresh. It's gotta be free. And honestly, also AI somehow we gotta get AI generated in there as well. I don't know how, but like it's gotta be. It has to be. Something about it has to be AI generated. But like, I think like you could build a real brand loyalty if like somebody buys a book and then it gives like a video of you chopping down a tree personally. Doesn't have to be a big tree, you know? But just a tree and being like, thanks to your contribution to this company, the world is a worse off place. Because some people would fuck with that, I think. I don't know why, but they would definitely fuck with it in some degree. There's people out there. There needs to be like a bookshop for sickos. If there was a bookshop for sickos, not like sick material that they're buying, they're still buying like Game of Thrones or whatever, Harry Potter books or something like that, but like just for people that like for no reason whatsoever want things to be worse inexplicably. Gonna use up all our money here. I've got lots of ideas for Mr. Beast. Mr. Boner, his porn channel. Evil Mr. Beast, like instead of we gave like 1,000 people the ability to see, him personally blinding 1,000 people would be a good one. Like they go in for like routine surgery. Maybe like a colonoscopy and they wake up completely blind and it's like, ha! We removed your retinas! There's cameras that you can't see. There, and there. I bet you wish you could see the look on your face right now. Yeah, I think we're probably not gonna be able to afford another chest, so let's just go through. I think this is like I don't know why I took 4 swords. Frankly, I'm not sure why we did that. We're gonna have some trouble here, I would imagine. So Harvester is also not gonna really carry us in this situation. Our sword is only level 11 as well. Hold on though. There's still a chance. Okay. Stage 1 pylons. Numero uno. Invest in a funeral home, not gonna lie. And do what with it? That's providing a service to the community. When this plays at court, I'd like to distance myself. What crime have I committed, right? What do you mean? Me just asking about like the legality of a situation is not incrimination in and of itself, okay? Me being like, what would happen if you did this, right? It's not like I'm like, what would happen if you killed a guy? Would you go to prison? No, it's like obviously. But I'm like, what like, would you just get lobbied by like, you know, environmentalists or like? I mean, obviously there probably is, but like I guess it like depends how big your company is. Because like if like Nestle can like dump all sorts of shit into the ocean and like, you know, Shell and BP are like permanently dumping oil, like millions of gallons of oil into the ocean, then I should be allowed to like cut down some fucking trees, right? But I guess it's just like it's who you know. God, it makes me sick. Ross isn't smart enough to tax evade. That is true. I will never forget like when I first sat down with my accountant and he was explaining to me the difference between tax evasion and tax avoidance, and there was some lines to read between there, I think. And there's nothing wrong with tax avoidance. You should try and pay less tax. I'm gonna die, man. I'm not gonna make it out alive here. I don't really know how to like survive. Like, what do I do here? What's my plan? What is my plan? Jesus wept. Alright, I need my shield back. Oh yeah. I mean, it's like doable, but like, shit, man. These things fucking curve now, bro. Change it up. Change up the formula. So I gotta lock in for a second here. I hate Sarufi, man. Why did I go Sarufi? He makes me... Oh! I died. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I could try though. I think maybe if I wasn't rocking swords, maybe we would have had something going there. Like the 4 swords that we had were like the worst things we could have ever. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Sarufi, and to his credit, he's I don't know why I picked him. I just thought, and then I picked 4 swords, which was somehow even worse. Am I not level 100 with Sarufi yet? 72, you're fucking kidding me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching another MEGABONK video. I greatly appreciate you spending some time with me today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and suggest some stuff down below. Give the video a sub, subscribe to the channel, and give the video a like. See you next time. See you!